It's Nat from That Christmas Autism Girl. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, it was requested. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about Kim and Ron from Kim Possible. So I call it the love story of a teen hero and her sidekick. So chapter 1, we have best friends. So they've been friends since childhood, and you kind of see it in Stitch in Time, where they were always best friends, and he gets kind of upset when people don't give him the recognition. But overall, they have pretty good friendship, and there's some cute moments, like when he defends the Camp Wannaweeb, and then he ends up saving the day. She gives him the credit. It was like, you were amazing. It's really sweet. Another moment just where you see their friendship is really sweet. Chapter 2. So at this point, let me back up. So in chapter 1, she kind of has these other love interests like John Banky. He has kind of an interest in other girls, like this girl Zori, I think is her name. Zeta. He has this interest in this girl Zeta, and so it's not really much seen about a love interest between them. So until we get to chapter 2, which is the modulator. So in this episode, I think it's called, I forget the name of it, but this thing actually attaches itself to Kim and it affects her moods. She goes from anger to sadness to love, and then he picks up the control for it thinking it's the communicator. It turns out it isn't. But, it works out. So there we go. And so it's kind of like a tease of their love for each other. So she experiences love. They go on a date. He wants to let her down easy so that she'll, won't mess up their friendship. So, but before that, I missed chapter 1.5. There, at one point during Stitch in Time, the movie, which I kind of forgot about when I was making my script for this video, but they basically, Ron has to move to Norway because of the future. Somehow Shigo goes back in time because where his mom has moved. So then she ends up and so they struggle without each other. And so Ron's pretty sad that they can't be partners without far away. So yeah, that's middle chapter. Chapter 3, Yori and Jealousy. So at one point in season 1, Ron is given mystical monkey powers, and so then he's asked to be an exchange with the Japanese secret school. I forget the name of it, honestly, but basically the super secret ninja school. And so then he meets this girl named Yori who's smit with him, and he's smit with her immediately, and she likes him. And so then in one episode, Gorilla Fist, she comes back. Kim gets jealous, even she's told she's jealous, and she denies it, but she really is. It's very obvious. And so she tracks Ron down and finds out about the secret school, in which when Ron finds out that Yori liked him, and she kind of comments he doesn't understand girls. Chapter 4, So the Drama. So I'm going to spend a chapter talking about the movie So the Drama. So in the beginning of the movie, Kim is interested in this. Kim is told she needs to find a date for the prom, but it needs to find a date for the prom, and so she's disinterested in going with Ron because she thinks it will make a statement. So then she's immediately smitten with this new guy, Eric, who then feeds into Ron's jealousy of them, and then in which he admits that the worst part of Camp Wannabe was spending a whole summer away from Kim. It's really sweet, and so in the end, Eric and Kim go to prom. I'm thinking zombies here. Prom together, and so then Kim And so then Ron comes in and talks about some plot by Draken, which Kim eventually believes. And so then when they save the day, she goes to go save Eric. And when she finds out he's a synthesoid, which Ron reveals his feelings for Kim, saying that there are guys out there who are better for you than Eric. Guys who are real, for instance. She says, "Do you really think there's a guy out there for me?" He goes, "Out there and here," and which made her realize he's confessing her feelings for her, in which she accepts, and they go to prom together hand in hand and share their kiss, which is actually how the series was supposed to end. But then we bring us to chapter 5, which is in season 4, finally lovers. So Ron has trouble believing he's dating Kim. He he keeps calling her at night, and then at one point he eventually he steals her battle suit, but then he repents and says he was just scared she would dump him for a jock, and he admits she doesn't care about that, and that's really sweet. And then later he thinks he's a crime-fighting liability, so then he hides himself and becomes scared she's going to get hurt because the loss would be too hard to compute, which is actually really sweet. But then he ends up saving the day, and she calls it romantic. And then at one point he says to her, okay, so at one point she loses her memory, and she remembers everything but her relationship with Ron. So he tries really hard to get him to remember that they're lovers. And eventually him losing his pants, which caused her to remember and confess that she loves him. So that is one of my absolute favorite episodes, because it's she thinks she might love you. I remember you're my boyfriend. I might love you. So that brings us to chapter 6, graduation. So graduation comes around, and Ron is very confident. He's excited until Barkin, one of the teachers, gets him scared that he thinks it's the end of everything. Then Kim admits that she's scared too, and he ends up unleashing his mystical monkey powers to save the day. And then she says, "Told you graduation was the end of the world," and they finally share an uninterrupted kiss. And that's how we leave it. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking about this ship. So I really like Kim and Ron. I think they're really sweet. I'm not sure I forget where I'd rank them. But we're going to consult the book. See where I'd rank them. I don't think they made it in the top 5 at least. Because I think she's kind of arrogant. But I love Ron, and I love their relationship. It's really sweet. I might love friends to lovers. That's why I love Star and Marco. I think they're healthier. They're very healthy. They have a very healthy relationship. And have a very healthy friendship. And so I love them and their story and the whole don't really think you're good enough, but then I realized you are the one for me. It's really sweet. That's what I love. So the drama is my favorite thing in Kim Possible. So yeah, that wraps it up for this video. If you have any other lovers you want me to cover, just comment below. And if you have any thoughts, send me comments, send me an email, subscribe, like this video, all that fun stuff. See you later. Bye.